Hello students. Let's continue with our first unit of data analytics. So in our previous lecture we saw future prospects of data analysis, why this subject is being introduced in your curriculum. We also saw what are the advantages and what are the basically pros and cons of studying data analytics. In this particular lecture we are going to study about basic introduction to data analytics. What are the criterias, what are the factors which are generating analysis of data, or which is generating large amount of data, and why it is required to analyze any particular data. So in today's discussion, the factors or the issues which we are going to consider or which we are going to discuss are introduction to data analytics. Then we will see steps involved in data analytics. We will also see what are the tools which are required for data analytics. Then we'll go through different application areas and the companies which are currently working on data analysis part or using the concept of data analysis in our in their day-to-day activities. So let's start with the today's agenda, that is introduction to data analytics. So as we have already discussed in our previous lecture, companies we know around the world are generating vast amount of data every second and every year. Now this data can be in any form, right? This data can be in log files, can be in the form of text, can be in the form of images, videos, anything. So whatever data you are using in your social media site, like if you are sending an email to someone, if you are using your WhatsApp, if you are using your Facebook account, whatever you are doing, if you are forwarding a simple text message or simple image file, in that way also you are generating data. So basically data is being generated in large amount and in every second. So this data which is generated through any of the social media sites or through any of the platform, now this data is in large amount, right? Earlier it was not in large amount because people were not used to of operating any social media sites or any online platform. But nowadays every one of us knows how to use Facebook, how to use WhatsApp, and how to do online shopping, which was not familiar with the people of early era. So basically as large amount of data is generating nowadays, so these data has to be analyzed in order to get insight of the data, or you can say in order to get relevant information from the data. So the data analysis is basically a process or a step through which we can extract the data, because we have bulk amount of data. Now this data has to be used in some form or the other. We can't waste any of this data. So in order to make effective use of data analysis has to be done, which we can say data analysis is a process of extracting and analyzing the data sets to find valuable information. So if we want to find any valuable information, we need to analyze or extract the data, right? Coming on to the advantages of data. See, whatever we are doing, if we are analyzing any data, if we are extracting, if we are performing any task on data, every activity should have some advantages and disadvantages. So if we are talking about data analytics, it do have some advantages also. So if we talk about its advantages, we can say it improves decision making. Now what data analysis is doing, it is basically eliminating the manual task. Okay, so how it is eliminating the manual task? By choosing the right content and right campaign, you can say, and it is ultimately helping us to take proper decision. Okay, so basically if we are talking about improving our decision making, to yes, data analysis is helping us to improve the decision making capacity, because by analyzing the data, by getting the feedback, we can take proper decisions, and that too the decisions are taken at the right time, and the decisions which help us to improve our profit. So this was the first advantage, which is improving decision making. The second advantage is, as we have already discussed, it eliminates lot of manual tasks. Why it is eliminating lot of manual tasks? Because all the work which was done earlier was we used to done all the work manually. But now if we are doing the work manually, it may take maximum time, it may take labor also. So it has been deducted by using data analysis concept. We are using different algorithms, we are applying different techniques in data analytics, and because of that, ultimately we are eliminating lot of manual tasks. Better customer service, yes, it is providing better customer service, since we are able to get insight of the data. If I'm running an organization, and if I am able to get the feedback of my customers, if I'm able to know what my customers want, what their requirement is, so I would be able to deliver the requirement on time, to give them best to best service, best to best product. And that is possible because I am analyzing their data, I am analyzing their feedback, and according to their feedback I am working on in that direction. So ultimately all these things is leading to the better customer service. Efficient operations, it helps to streamline your operations, which save money, and it ultimately boosts production, because ultimately data analytics is helping us to synchronize our operation, what operations are on priority basis, what operations we need to delay, considering the time and considering the demand of the customer. We can streamline our operations, and according to that it will save our money and it will boost our operation. Now this is why, because if we know a brief outline of what the customer needs, if I know what my customer wants, I'm not going to waste any time in manufacturing the product which my customer don't want. I will concentrate on the product, on the quality on which to which my customer is demanding and my customer needs in current scenario. So I would be focusing on that particular area only. So it will ultimately help me for efficient operation. Efficient marketing, as we are well aware of our customer needs. See, if we are analyzing the data, right? If we are analyzing the data, that means we are aware of our customer needs. And if we are aware of the customer needs, we can work more in that direction in the marketing area. For example, if I am producing a product, any particular pen drive, and if I know that my customer is in need of that pen drive, I will focus all my concentration on that particular production and the marketing of the pen drive. So it will help me ultimately for effective marketing. Why? Because customers are currently in need of that product, and that product I am providing them. So it will ultimately help me for marketing also. And all these factors, if when we are making correct decisions on time, when we are eliminating the manual tasks, we are completing our project on, we are manufacturing our products on time, that is by considering the customers needs and providing them all the products on time, all these factors will result in better results or in better profit. So ultimately all these factors will contribute for better results. Okay, so I hope it is clear to all how data analytics is helping us in our day-to-day activity or in any business organization. Now coming on to the steps involved in data analytics. So as we already discussed, data analysis is not a one step, it will include several steps. So what are the steps which are basically required for any particular data are, first we need to understand the problem, right? So before starting the analysis, we need to understand the problem and we need to define our goals. Without defining our goals, we won't be able to achieve our results, right? So anything we need to achieve, we need to decide it, we need to start working in that direction step by step. So whatever we want to achieve, that has to be clear in every term. So the very basic step for any particular thing, or if we are talking about data analytics, the very first step would be to analyzing the problem or to understanding the problem, to defining our goals, right? Second, when we have analyzed the problem, when we have defined our goals, the second step would be to collect the information or to collect the data. Since we are getting the data from different areas, we are not getting the data from one platform, we would be getting the data from different areas. So data collection is a very important part. So after finalizing the goal, we should start looking for the data. Data collection is basically, you can say it is a process of gathering information or data from various sources, and information based on the priorities also, because we need to prioritize our information, what area we need to work right now, or what is our priority. So declaring the priority, defining the priority, and collecting the data is the important step which we will do in this particular phase. Coming on to the third step, which is data cleaning. Now the data which we have collected it from different sources, right? It is not from one particular source. It may be in different forms, it may be in through different sources, and the data which we are getting from different sources, it may be like some data may be incomplete, some data may be missing, right? We may have duplicate information also. So all these data we need to be clean. Why? Because we only want a specific data or complete data. Incomplete data is of no use. Redundant or duplicate data is of no use. Any data if it is missing, it is of no use, because we won't be able to analyze it. So data cleaning is the important step basically in which we are going to eliminate all the incomplete, redundant and missing data. I hope it is clear to you what data cleaning means. So ultimately, in simple words, removing unwanted data is the process known as data cleaning, which is a very important part if we are talking about data analysis process, because we don't want to waste our time in analyzing the data which is incomplete, which is redundant, or which is missing data. Coming on to the next part, which is the most important, data analysis. Obviously in this particular step we have received the clean data. Now whatever data we got, that is the data which on which we can work, and we won't waste any time on working on that data. So once the data is clean, we can explore the data by using different data visualization tools, data intelligence tool, machine learning algorithms. Now all these things we will study in our further units, why data visualization tools is used, why we are implementing machine learning algorithms for data analysis. That gradually we will see. As of now, we just need to understand that for analyzing any particular data, we need to visualize different data by using different visualization tools we have available right now. So that again tools we will discuss later. Now when all these steps are completed, like we have understand our problem, we have set our goals, we collected the data from different sources, we have cleaned the data, and finally we have explored and analyzed the data. Ultimately, by performing all these steps, what we are getting the results. So we need to interpret the results, we need to find the hidden patterns, we need to find the hidden insight of the data, so that we can use that data for satisfying customer needs, for upbringing for grooming our organization, for grooming our business, and to attain maximum profit. So this was all about the steps involved in data analysis process. I hope each and every step must be clear to you. Coming on to the tools, as we have discussed in data analysis step, that there are different tools which are available for analyzing the data, right? So what are the tools which are available for analyzing the data? I have showcased some of the tools, though there are many tools which are available in market, but the most common tools are Python. Python we are aware of, it is an object oriented language that supports a range of libraries. So in Python we have a large range of libraries for data visualization, for data modeling, and that is making the Python a comfortable platform for analyzing the data. Tableau is again a very popular data visualization tool that helps us to create a wide range of visualization, basically to present the data, to analyze the data. Tableau is very common in today's scenario. Most of the companies are using Tableau because it is very easy to use. Coming on to Power BI, you can say कि Power BI is a competitor of Tableau because it is basically using the business intelligence tools. So Power BI is very easy to use. It is using different intelligence tools for analyzing the data, and using Power BI is very simple. It simply use easy drag and drop functionality. So anything if we want to work on Power BI, we simply use to drag it and drop it at the correct place. So the use of Power BI is very simple, which is again attracting the organization, attracting the analyst to use it. So it is therefore known as competitor of Tableau. Coming on to R programming, we all have must have heard about R programming. It is an open source programming language. Basically, it makes use of statistical analysis or numerical analysis. Now, what is statistical analysis? What is probability? Why we are how we are going to use these terms for analysis of data, that we will study in our first unit only. But as of now, we only need to understand, since R programming makes use of numerical and statistic analysis, it is widely used for analysis and visualization purpose. SAS stands for statistical analysis. It is again a software that can be used to perform statistics. It is basically using the concept of SQL queries. So if you are aware of the database management system or the SQL queries, you would be able to use SAS also. Okay. So these were some of the common tools which are used for analysis of data, though there are many tools which are used by different companies for different purpose for analyzing different type of data. Coming on to the last part, which is companies that are using data analytics on daily basis. So see, right now, if I would say that almost every company is using analyzing the data, because every company wants to groom their business, company wants to get insight of the data. Every company and organization want that what their customers needs are. They want to know their customer needs, and according to that they need to work. So though there are many companies, but I have listed some of the major companies like Amazon, Accenture, Flipkart, Walmart, Rapido, Cigna. These are the companies which are using data analysis concept, different tools for analyzing data in day-to-day basis, and they are analyzing the data, and according to their results they are working in that particular direction to gain maximum profit. So I hope it is clear to all what are the companies which are using data analytics, why we are using data analytics, why we are studying data analytics, what are the steps which are involved in data analytics process. It is not a one-step process. It may require several steps. What is the importance of each and every step, that also I have discussed. What are the tools which are used for basically analysis of data, that also we have discussed. So in our next lecture we would be basically studying about data, its importance, its statistics. So that part we will continue in our next lecture. Okay, thank you.